when they were on the ground, and Claire Haigh had the dominant position on top. In this position, when they're standing,
if you see,
it's Sun Jao who has the advantage. And I just look at the bruising on the left leg of Sun Jao.
There's so many welts on her legs now.
Yeah, from the repeated punishment of those kicks from Claire Haigh's right foot.
Okay. All right, now we have Claire Haigh trying to get the back of Sun Jao. She might actually get the back here. Now she's going to put her left hook in there.
Both legs wrapped round.
Yes, that's very good control when you have both of those hooks in there. Now you have Sun Jao defending, trying to make sure that she can't be choked out.
Good punching from top.
This is called the rear mount position. It's very hard to fight off this because you can't fight with your back turned to your opponent. Now, Claire Haigh is going for a rear naked choke, but now she's in the full mount position. Now let's see what kind of damage she can do from here.
Can she ground and pound from here? Holding her head with the left hand, raining punches down with the right hand. And Sun Jao still throwing punches from that prostrate position.
Okay, if you throw punches from when you're being mounted, you have to remember that's nothing because gravity is against you.
Yeah, without question, the heavier punches will come from above.
Now Claire Haigh right now maintaining the mount position very well. Let's see what kind of finish she has from here. Now if you look at Sun Jao, she's trying to pull the head of Claire Haigh down to make sure that she doesn't have the space to punch. But look what's happening. She's opening her arm up and giving her back in the process.
A grueling contest from these two women.
Now she's flattened out. She's flattened out like this, especially with your hip to the small part of the back. It's very hard. Oh, and Sun Jao,
what a turnaround.
Gets out.
The crowd are on their feet here at ringside. Very knowledgeable and well educated, appreciating the skill involved there.
Okay. Claire Haigh briefly went for a sweep there, but we still have Sun Jao on top right now, reversing the mount and the rear mount, and now ending up on top inside the guard of Claire Haigh. Meanwhile, we see the welts on her leg.
Both of these women have taken such punishment already, and the punches come down, but she's fending them off, is Claire Haigh, with her legs, but not managing to prevent them from making contact.
And Claire Haigh sweeps Sun Jao. Sun Jao better stand up.
Great deal of strength involved in
nice
that.
Sweep. Okay, if you look at what Sun Jao's doing, that every time that Claire Haigh tries to kick with the shin, she makes sure that the kick lands on the bottom of her foot and not on the side of her legs,
which are already heavily bruised. And that dead leg feeling is bound to cause her trouble and mobility problems.
Definitely. Looks like Sun Jao might be a little tired because she had an opportunity to stand up a while ago and she didn't take it.
Yes, I was wondering about that myself, and of course Stephen Percival sees it himself and decides to encourage the fighter to get to her feet.
Might be her legs.
Well, the more punishment you take to your thigh, the more difficult it is not only to stand but to move with the agility that you need to avoid this punishing fighter from England, Claire Haigh.
Okay, now Sun Jao's finally beginning to leg check that kick. Nice punches still by Sun Jao. Now you have Claire Haigh trying to go for the clinch and maybe go for the takedown already now.
Again, the knees standing up from her Muay Thai background, heavily experienced and much celebrated. But we haven't seen so much of that. She hasn't been able to really take advantage of that experience. Knees to the rib cage are punishing blows.
You know, I think the leg of Sun Jao is really affecting her. She's hardly moving. Not like when the match first started, she was moving left and right.
Yes.
Now she's beginning to become a sitting target now.
You're right, she was the one who was circling the ring, but her mobility severely compromised by that bruised left thigh as the second round draws to a close. With the crowd here in Singapore, just really appreciating this contest.
Had to be one of the most exciting fights of the night for women.
Difficult to score, Alvin. We've seen two rounds.
Very difficult.
Who do you have on top?
Both of them had their moments here. We had Claire Haigh get the position, dominant position on the ground, the mount and the rear mount. We had Sun Jao also do well in the boxing department, so it'll be really hard to call this.
Well, we could sit and watch this all night. Of course, there's no way the fighters could manage to carry on all night. We have just one round, and that's 5 minutes more of action. But just look at the effort these girls are putting in. Some really intelligent turnarounds.
Look at the attacks of Claire Haigh, though. She can strike you, knee strike you, then attack you on the ground. Claire Haig's really a very well-rounded mixed martial artist. Look at that sweep there.
Oh, that was an enormous feat of strength from her back to actually ground Sun Jao.
Action you only see here in martial combat.
Let's rock this guy, come on!
So difficult to score that we really couldn't give you a reliable indication of who needs to win this round. But Sun Jao has started in electrifying style.
Looks like her leg's feeling better. She's bouncing up and down. Ooh, she gets it again.
Well, that seems to be the way to slow her down, doesn't it? That strike to the thigh. Oh, and again.
Nice clinch by Claire Haigh. Look at the relentless attacks of Claire Haigh. If you notice, Claire Haig's going off to the side, so she becomes less of a target. It's very hard to strike someone from your side. You don't have the leverage to punch. In the meantime, the guy on the side, the person on the side, can easily go for takedowns and strike you at the same time, like what she just did with that knee strike. She's been landing those knee strikes. Sun Jao should keep her head up. You don't want to get a knee strike from Claire Haigh.
Anywhere, I would suggest, never mind the head. But yeah, great analysis there, Alvin, explaining why Claire is adopting that stance by the side of her opponent, but they're back in open play now. And this is where we've seen some very good work from Sun Jao, but is she running out of gas?
Yeah, but Claire Haigh just keeps coming.
Oh, a sweeping overhand, arcing left hand that finished some 6 inches off the target, and that's always a good indication of how tired a fighter can be.
Now people are cheering for Sun Jao.
What an atmosphere here at ringside. Very fitting, because these two girls have provided us with the best contest, perhaps the best contest we've seen in all of our 5 martial combat nights.
Now we have the full mount position by Claire Haigh.
Is this a turning point? Oh, elbows, brutal elbows to the face.
She has good distance with her head now. She can freely strike already.
Positioning the face with her hand, trying to free up her right hand is Claire Haigh, so that she can rain those fists and elbows down.
Claire Haigh a while ago almost went for an armbar. Let's see if she does it right now, but she seems content to just land the elbows.
Forearms as well. Forearms, elbows, fists. How much longer can Sun Jao take this punishment?
Sun Jao's getting a lot of punishment here, especially with those elbows.
What a game girl this woman from China is.
I know. Claire Haig's methodically breaking her down with those elbow strikes.
And that elbow landed between the eyes on the bridge of the nose, and it's just so hard to see how she can continue, but no sign of a submission.
Sun Jao still hanging tough, still trying to arch her back to get out, but in the process she gives her back. Looks like she's not fighting anymore. If she's not intelligently defending herself, the referee has to stop the bout, and look at those elbows she's receiving. She's still fighting back.
All she can to push Claire Haigh off her by just lifting up that stomach, but it's not going to be enough. 62 kilograms, difficult to catapult.
Okay, she's gotten a warning already from the referee. Now if she doesn't start fighting back, they're going to give it to Claire Haigh.
It's going to be stopped soon if she doesn't fight back, as you say, Alvin, despite the encouragement from the crowd.
And she got the referee TKO victory here.
Well deserved by Claire Haigh, but you really feel for Sun Jao. You didn't want that contest to end. So entertaining, and such bravery and courage from both girls, really.
Exactly.
What a contest.
Look at the heart of this girl, Sun Jao.
Breathing so heavily. Her face is marked. Her thighs are marked. Cuts below the eye there.
Yeah, if you notice, Sun Jao was not going to give up.
With 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining in round number 3, and by way of TKO, referee stoppage due to strikes, the winner in the red corner, Claire Haigh!